Good morning, everybody. This is Chandler from Michigan Storm Chasers here doing the Sunday Night Weekly. I do have Mr. Oscar running around down by my feet. He might jump up with me here. If you see him, don't be surprised. I'm filling in for Ryan today. Ryan actually woke up with strep throat this morning, so I'm doing the live for him. I apologize. We are in the middle of a move into a new house, so that's why I'm just at a wall with a plain white t-shirt on. So let's jump right into this upcoming week here. The theme of the week is definitely going to be hot, hot, hot. I'm actually going to go, I think, full layout with this here. Yeah. The theme for this week is going to be hot, hot, hot. As you can see here, this is for temperatures starting tonight. We can see that we're going to have a nice cool overnight portion, pretty much statewide, with temperatures in the low 60s to low 50s. As we go through the overnight hours into tomorrow, the heat does return. We get back up into the mid 70s, low 70s further north, maybe high 70s down near the Indiana and Michigan and Ohio border area. It's going to be a very nice day tomorrow. As we roll into Tuesday, you can see the heat does return, especially in southern Michigan and central Michigan, where we see a wide swath of temperatures in the upper 80s, maybe approaching 90 down near the Indiana-Ohio border. We see 88 degrees there in St. Joseph County, 87 in Cass County there. As we go overnight, temperatures in the low 60s will bring us into Wednesday. Pretty comfortable morning, but it heats up quick. You can see here from 8 o'clock to 11, we go from 60 degrees all the way into the 80s down in southern Michigan. Again, northern lower, we are in the low to mid 70s, high 60s, and then the heat really kicks on for Wednesday. Temperatures in the low 90s forecast for much of the state. The further north you go, the cooler it will be. We can see low 80s to high 70s up near the bridge. And I'll zoom out and do the UP view here in just a second for you. The story for Thursday is much of the same, a comfortable morning, but then the heat gun kicks right back on. This time, much of the state getting over 80 degrees. We can see forecasted to be up even in Traverse City, almost 90 degrees. As the day goes on, we should see 90s pretty much south of the I-96 corridor, as well as the 96 corridor over to Detroit. As we head into the weekend, we really don't see a break from it through the day on Friday. Again, going to be cooler near the lake shores, obviously. Northern Michigan, again, slightly cooler, but we can see 89, 90 all the way up from Kalamazoo to Traverse City. As we get into Saturday, we do finally get a little bit of a break, but not much, mid to maybe high 80s for the day on Saturday. And then as we roll into the day on Sunday, the heat continues. Now, looking long-term into next week, we should see a little bit of a break from it. As you can see, kind of just low 80s throughout next week, maybe some high 80s towards the end. I don't really want to get too much past Thursday the 19th because we'll probably see a lot of forecasting changes from now until then. Some precipitation chances here. Let's switch over to our precipitation type, and we'll take a look at that. But again, like I said, the story of the week is going to be hot. We can see going through the day on Monday, Tuesday, not much for rain chances. Again, maybe a little bit up in the UP. Wednesday, Thursday, still not seeing any precipitation chances coming through the area here. Even through the weekend, it should be hot and dry. It'll feel like summer all week long. We finally start to see some rain chances towards next week on Monday, through the day on Tuesday as well. That's when we finally start to see some precipitation. So for the next at least 10 days, rain chances are pretty minimal for at least southern lower. The main story, like I've said, is going to be hot, 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 hot. It will feel like summer out there. Let's do a quick view or a dew point check here to see kind of where dew points are going to be holding out over the next week. It's very comfortable here now. And the good news is, today is going to be another comfortable day. We start to see those 50-degree dew points coming in, maybe close to 60 throughout the week, but this is a little bit, I don't want to say rare for Michigan, but we're going to have a little bit of a drier heat, where normally when we get such heat like this, it's followed by a lot of humidity, whereas dew points in the 40s and the 50s are pretty comfortable. Once it starts getting close to that 60-degree Fahrenheit point, that's when we start really feeling the humidity. So it should be relatively comfortable. It's going to be hot, but it's not going to be humid or hugely uncomfortable. As we get close to next week, we start to see those dew points reach up a little bit more into the 60s and mid 60s, and that's when we can expect to see it be a little bit more sticky and uncomfortable out there. What I'm going to do here is switch us over into the Upper Peninsula so we can take a look at that too. Again, we're going to stay right on the dew points here for the next week. Relatively comfortable up there as well. Mid 50s, maybe a few points touching 60, but for the most part, it should be pretty comfortable up there. We see some 40s clearing out as we go through the week here. As we get closer to the weekend, there are some higher dew points coming in there. Again, it's not going to be extremely uncomfortable. It'll just be a noticeable humidity, especially going through the weekend and into next week as well. If we take a look at the temperatures for the UP, temperatures today are going to be in the high 60s, low 70s, pretty much statewide. It's going to be very nice throughout the day today. Again, I am filming this at 11 o'clock this morning, just covering in as we continue to go through the week. Monday into Tuesday, we're seeing kind of low 80s, high 70s up for the UP. As we get into Wednesday, you can see in the western UP, the heat kind of turns out a little bit more, a bit more low 80s as we'll take a just general view across. So pretty comfortable in the eastern UP in the 70s, but in the western UP, we've got a few spots that could push close to 90 degrees. So it's going to be a little hot up there as well. On Thursday, the heat gun continues for the entire UP. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few spots get close to 90 degrees throughout the day on Thursday. And going into the day on Friday, again, another scorcher for the UP as well. I would not be surprised to see some 90-degree temperatures up there. As we head into the weekend, it does cool down just a tiny bit. I would say low 80s for the majority of the UP. And on Sunday, it does cool off a little bit more. This time from west to east, we can see 5 p.m. temperatures of 66 degrees over just to the east of Ironwood. But as we go all the way over to the eastern middle of the UP here, we are still seeing temperatures in the 80s. Rolling into next week, high 70s, low 80s again. I don't want to keep rolling too much out there. It is as well going to be not wildly windy. We could see some breezes. We'll start here in the UP. This is 10-meter wind gusts, so we can see winds a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, a little breezy throughout the middle of the week. Nothing really crazy here. Same thing with southern lower. It should be pretty calm for the majority of the week. We might see a little bit of higher winds coming through the day Monday and Tuesday, maybe lingering into Wednesday. But I don't think anything ridiculous, certainly no 30s or 40s or anything like that. We'll go back to southern lower here just to confirm that as well. Excuse me. As we go through the day Sunday, we do see a little bit gustier winds, and heading into Monday, maybe a little bit of gustier winds on the east side, but nothing wild or crazy. Tuesday, again, relatively calm. Wednesday, relatively calm. You can see when there's not a lot of color, that's good. Over the overnight hours, Friday heading into Saturday, we could see some gusty winds in southern lower Michigan. But overall, it's not something that I would worry about too much. And it is going to be quite sunny. If we look at our cloud cover map, what's forecasted for the state of Michigan here, let it load in a little bit. Kind of broken clouds for Sunday. Maybe. There we go. Nice and sunny for Monday. Nice and sunny for Tuesday for the most part. Again, maybe some broken clouds. More clouds the north you go. More clouds will overspread the area during the day on Tuesday. The whole UP will probably be clouded up again north of that I-96 line, M46 line. You'll probably be seeing more clouds there. Those will shoot their way south during the day on Wednesday. North of 94 will be mostly cloudy for the majority of the day, clearing out as we get into the evening. South of 94 should continue to be sunny. Thursday looks like another hot day with all sun. And Friday, maybe some clouds overspreading the area from the south up to the 196, I-96 corridor, overspreading their way to the north as the day goes on. Saturday, we should have cloud cover for most of the state, maybe except for the Northeast Territory area. And Sunday as well, we should see mainly clouds. The east side of the state can expect most likely broken clouds. Again, I can't stress enough, this week is going to be a hot one. It's going to be steamy. It's going to feel like summer again out there. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I don't typically do these. I'm just kind of covering as a favor. So I hope you all have a great week. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool. It is going to be a hot one. Everybody have a great week.